morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Bonnie Rose, and it's great to see you here today. We're doing a slightly different order of service because we're doing chanting and also sound, sacred sound, so it'll be lovely. If you don't really think of yourself as a singer, just follow along, just breathe deeply and just be here, and the time will go really quickly. It's amazing that you can meditate for 45 minutes or so and not have that monkey mind jumping around, right? Anybody here have a monkey mind? Yeah, my monkey has probably met your monkey many times. But it's a really good way to address monkey mind. So we're going to go ahead and start the service with a prayer, and then from then on we'll be in this place of meditation. And I'm going to invite you also, after the choir sings, if you feel the urge to clap, just do Indian clapping, I call it, okay? Just that. And so let us continue to breathe deeply, to allow ourselves to be still and know that something mystical has brought us here to this sacred community this morning, that something is calling us to greater peace, to greater love. And we start by being drawn into greater trust as we believe.
Even when God is silent. A sacred reading for peace. This text was found on a basement wall in Cologne, Germany. It had been written by someone hiding from the Gestapo. I believe in the sun, even when it is not shining. I believe in love, even when feeling it not. I believe in God. I believe even when God is silent. I believe in the silence.
And let us continue to stay within, breathing deeply as we listen to the sounds of our beautiful choir, finding their seats, knowing that there is no distraction, there is only existence, and that anything that we label as distraction, anything that we label as challenge or adversity, everything that we label not peace, everything exists to draw us into this common fabric that we all share. We all share our existence with the rocks and the trees, the flower, with the traffic, with the runners, with one another, and even with our enemies. So as we sing together this next chant, if you would take a moment just to Look within your hearts and see if there's any place where you're holding a grudge or resentment, whether it's toward a person or toward a government or towards someplace in the world, or whether it's a resentment that you have of yourself, a place where you have not forgiven yourself. Think of the idea of enemy. And take a moment just in the silence to see what feels like it might be against you. And then as we sing together our next chant, I invite you to release that, or to allow it to be transformed by the energy in this room, by this divine healing vortex that is such a center of love and transformation. Allow your heart to be opened. Allow your mind to be opened. Allow your body to be still and know that God is in everything. As we sing together and celebrate the holy presence in those we call our enemies. Here we go. Let us see the holy presence in those we call our enemies. Let us see divine and perfect love shining in their hearts. If we see this vision clearly, then the shadows will be transformed. We will see the light within, and our fellowship will be reborn. Let us see the holy presence in those we call our enemies. Let us see divine and perfect love shining in their hearts. If we see this vision clearly, then the shadows will be transformed. We will see the light within, and our fellowship will be reborn. Let us see the holy presence in those we call our enemies. Letting go. Let us see divine and perfect love shining in their hearts. Let us see it. If we see this vision clearly, then the shadows will be transformed. We will see the light within, and our fellowship will be reborn. Releasing the sense of enemy. Let us see the holy presence in love in those we call our enemies, in peace. Let us see divine and perfect love shining in their hearts. If we see this vision clearly, then the shadows will be transformed. We will see the light within, and our fellowship will be reborn. Let us see the holy presence going deeper in those we call our enemies, deeper still. Let us see divine and perfect love shining in their hearts. If we see this vision clearly, then the shadows will be transformed. We will see the light within, and our fellowship will be reborn. I invite you to close your eyes and pay attention to your body, to your heart, to your mind, to your being. knowing that place that is beyond the small self that embraces all appearances of enemy. Let us allow the sacred sound to take us deeper into that, whether it's grieving, mourning, joy, passion, love, whatever it is. Let us allow the sound to bring us in. we open our hearts, our minds, our bodies, our being to deep transformation. Whatever has been stirred through the sound, whatever has come up through the singing, we now surrender it. Singing a chant about Shiva, who is, in Hindu theology, the transformer or the destroyer. It breaks down old energy and transforms it into something new. And that is the way of the world, and how wonderful it is to participate with the transformation that is going on in every aspect of our lives, always. So as we sing together, Shiva Shambho, mainly just praising that process and surrendering to it and just acknowledging that there is a power and a presence that is greater than us, that has us, that is always for us, that loves us, and that is always transforming by means of our lives. And so we sing together, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, 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 Shiva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Releasing Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, letting go. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, letting it out. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, letting it out and letting it in. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, circulating. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, clearing. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, letting it out. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, sacrificing which doesn't serve. Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, letting it go. Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, letting it go. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, and letting it in, bringing it home. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, and really clearing now. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, letting it in. Mahadeva Shambho, all your good. Mahadeva Shambho, all that good. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, letting it in, letting it out. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, in and out as one. Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. There is no up or down in the infinite. Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. Softly, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva Shambho. Creating space, not only for the light, but for the place within us that remembers that the darkness and the light is from the same source, that both are essential. We move to that place of acceptance, of the I am presence, of the I am that is aware that I am, the essence and the being that stirs the entire universe. Nothing exists outside of I am. Everything is I am. Take that in for just a moment. Everything is I am. And let us allow the sound to draw that awareness deeply into our bodies. Take a moment just to check in with yourself. See where your mind wants to wander. And bring it back to that center, to that place of knowing, to that place of grace that has enfolded us in this sacred time together. That place of grace that is always with us, no matter what. That we are like the center of a sun, that we are the moon and the stars and the sky, that we are the grains of sand, that we are the butterflies, and that all of it is this blessing that has been bestowed upon us and through us, through the grace of consciousness, forming existence out of itself, so that we may experience bliss. The bliss of loving ourselves, the bliss of service, the bliss of being, the bliss of doing it right, the bliss of doing it wrong, the bliss of success, the bliss of failure, the bliss of joy, the bliss of sorrow. We move into that place of bliss beyond bliss, which is the place of grace within each of us. A place that knows only good, unlimited passion and power, unlimited love, unlimited joy. That place that is beyond opposites. Rumi's field, the place beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing. That place where the soul is too full to talk about. We sing this next chant from that place, recognizing that this is who we are, and this is who we always have been, and this is what we always will be. Deep within my heart I hear an everlasting song. Like the center of the sun I radiate my love to all. And the more that I give, I am filled with something more. It's the way that I live, and it's what I'm living for. Deep within my heart I hear an everlasting song. Like the center of the sun I radiate my love to all. And the more that I give, I am filled with something more. It's the way that I live, and it's what I'm living for. Deep within my heart I hear an everlasting song. Like the center of the sun I radiate my love to all. And the more that I give, I am filled with something more. It's the way that I live, and it's what I'm living for. Deep within my heart I hear an everlasting song. Like the center of the sun I radiate my love to all. And the more that I give, I am filled with something more. It's the way that I live, and it's what I'm living for. And feel your radiance. Deep within my heart I hear an everlasting song pouring out. Like the center of the sun I radiate my love to all. And the more that I give, I am filled with something more. It's the way that I live, and it's what I'm living for. Take a moment to radiate, to ask yourself, is this true? Is this really the way that I live? Do I radiate love to all? And is it what I'm living for? Let's try that on just for a moment, radiating love to all. And recognizing that love is our source, but that love feeds us as we give it out. It is in giving that we receive. The actions of giving and receiving are the same. Giving is receiving, receiving is giving. They both need and enhance one another while being the same thing. And we rest in that amazing paradox and allow it to move into our bodies, into our hearts deeply. Feel it in our solar plexus. Feel it grounding us in this place that we call existence. The earth, the air, the wind, the fire, all of the elements to participate in creating magic and mystery through our lives here, today, this morning, and forever after. Let us pray. And so we remain in this inwardly focused state, absolutely trusting and knowing that there is truly one life, and that life is the life of God. That life is perfect. That life is all beings everywhere. That life is all matter. That life is all of existence. That life is consciousness, love, peace, harmony, joy, all of those things, all of these things that are beyond opposites. We resonate and we rest in that holy presence, knowing that it is the truth of our life as well. That this magnificence, known as spirit, known as love, came specifically to incarnate in each of us with the power, with the presence, with the joy, with the love, with the peace, with darkness and with light, simply to express, simply to remember, and to move back to that place of bliss that we truly are. And so I know that hearts have been opened, that lives have been changed, not only for the people sitting in this room, but the people that we hold in our hearts. And for the entire planet, for whenever people do the work of light and love, it ripples out and blesses the entire world around us. So I'm so grateful for this time together, so grateful for this teaching, so grateful for all paths to God. Churches, synagogues, temples, mosques, ashrams, fundamentalists, atheists, agnostics, all beings, all paths and no paths, all of it, because it's all God, it's all love, it's all existence, it's all consciousness. So knowing this deeply, knowing this powerfully, I take these words, I hold them close in my heart, and then I just let them go. Let them go into the divine mystery that is love and law. And together we say, and so it is. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.